Well, guys, it is now time to react to the next Monster Truck event as I continue watching the Monster Jam events of 2000, as I'm now about to watch Monster Jam Atlanta 2000 Racing, as I believe this is the first of all the events coming up, if I remember the schedule correctly. And of course, this event's special, as this is when Tom Meents debuted driving Goldberg in the beginning of his dominant season and such. And of course, I've actually only seen, believe it or not, Atlanta. This is like the most obscure event of the 2000 season for me. I've only seen Atlanta race and freestyle, I kid you not, one time. I never saw it on TV ever, never filmed. I didn't see it till someone uploaded on YouTube in 2011. And I haven't saw it since, so I'm looking forward to it. Oh, it's just so nice to see this event again, and to get back to watching the older events after enjoying Minneapolis 1999. So now, let's watch Atlanta and Tom debuting Goldberg. And of course, I hate when they spoil stuff in freestyle. It really's triggering. And of course, promoting Bill Goldberg to promote Goldberg being revealed, and Nitro, which we saw last week in last time out in Minneapolis. And of course, if you remember, in Minneapolis, Dennis didn't compete since he was injured. Todd Frolic drove Gravedigger. And of course, more spoilage. I hate it. But remember, he said in Minneapolis that he was remaking Gravedigger 7? Well, there it is, the classic green flame on top. Like the only year I think they had with that and such. But I think afterwards they took the flame off the roof. No idea why they did that. But yeah, can't wait to rewatch Atlanta once again. I think San Antonio is afterwards. And then Houston, Indianapolis and Anaheim were the same week. And then who knows about Jacksonville and Pontiac. But I think that's it for all the live events of 2000. Since I already watched Orlando and Minneapolis and New Orleans.
Now, don't forget, recently we've teased you, shown you tidbits.
And I think there's 8 trucks here.
Well, it's all going to happen tonight. We are in Atlanta. Also, don't forget, Goldberg's a hometown boy. Don't be surprised if that big boy shows his face in here with the big trucks. Now, Tom Meents, another story. You know, Gravedigger, Medusa, a little upset with Dennis Anderson and all that.
And Medusa, I don't think competes in this event. She competes later on this season, though. But we saw her last time out in Minneapolis.
Before we go any further, let's go upstairs. Mike Hogwood, Scott Douglas, the guys in the sky who make it all happen. Take it away, boys.
The Georgia Dome is loud and rocking tonight.
I miss you, Mike, so much. This is going to be a sad event, too, in a lot, because there are a lot of drivers that compete in this event, and they're dead now, which sucks. And, of course, first dead person, Mike.
In Atlanta, in the Georgia Dome, one of the great facilities for monster truck racing. We're going to see the world's best, and they have to do it all. Again, they have to run hard, make the turns, come back, and get a victory.
And this is U-turn style racing, too. The video, whoever uploads incorrectly says J-hook style. It's not J-hook, it's U-turn. Completely different. So here's the field. Alan Pizzo and Predator. And we saw when he won freestyle later on the year in Orlando. Mike and did a good race too. That was really good. And of course, Scott Hartsock rip him as well. And of course, the terrible VHS quality. Dave Pizzo and Prowler.
And here in Atlanta, they love the WCW Nitro truck, driven by Joe Payne.
You had Joe Payne now driving because Charlie Pauken drove in Minneapolis. And of course, there's still more trucks. Yeah, they're showing more. And of course, Bulldozer is here, and it's Tom's Bulldozer with the red beadlocks covers and such, but it's now being driven by Rob Nell, so rest him. That's the third person here. It's dead. And of course, now debuting Goldberg.
I've never seen one before. Dan Moriarty, tell us more about what's going on down here.
Well, guys, let me tell you, as expected, there's going to be surprises. When I see Hummer limos behind me, I gotta tell you, something to do with maybe Goldberg's involved? I don't know, just a guess.
Now let's see. Well, there he is. Goldberg's here tonight. And listen to this crowd going nuts.
Yep, Bill Goldberg.
the Georgia Dome. Wow. Goldberg's got this crowd in a stir.
You know, it's always beautiful to come back to the Georgia Dome.
Still waiting for him to announce Goldberg's debut.
A lot of good memories playing with the Falcons and kicking Hulk Hogan's butt, right?
And funny enough, a few weeks from now, the Super Bowl would be in Atlanta between the Rams and Titans. And the week before was the final game of the 1999 regular season when the Falcons hosted the 49ers on Monday night.
So I came out to provide a little support. One of my hidden pastimes here. You cannot beat the monster trucks we got here tonight.
Yeah, monster trucks are awesome indeed. The best things created in the world.
At home, thinking of ways to get back on the scene. I'm an avid car collector. Just bought me a dragster last week. Got a lot of bikes. But I was missing one thing in my collection. So, tonight, here it is.
And there's Goldberg.
There it is. The Goldberg monster truck.
Ah, nice. Tom debuting it.
Design, and look at the face popping out of the window. We're going to get a real close look at one of the hottest stars in monster truck racing that Goldberg has driving for his team.
And I think that's the only time it shot smoke out too.
And into Goldberg, can you believe it?
Ah, it's so nice to see its debut again.
Now in the Goldberg truck, and you can almost read the excitement on his face.
And we already saw Tom dominate Minneapolis. He didn't win racing, but he did win freestyle in dominating fashion. Now we're going to see him driving Goldberg. And of course, Reptoid. Like I said, I think there's 8 trucks here. Yeah, I think that is 8. Predator, Prowler, Goldberg, Bulldozer, Gravedigger, Reptoid, Nitro. I think I'm missing someone. We got Rob Nell driving Bulldozer now. And of course, now we're going to finally see Dennis drive in Gravedigger.
He doesn't like all the attention everybody else is getting. Gravedigger wants to come in here to Atlanta, knock Nitro off, and get
Here we go again, showing off freestyle stuff. I hate that so much.
Driven by Tom Mintz.
Let everybody come out to see the action. We're going to give them action, I can guarantee it.
Boy, there's some excitement here about that monster truck tonight.
Goldberg, you leave wrestling for a little while, you go to monster trucks. How come?
High horsepower, my friend. High horsepower and lack of other things to do. You know, my passion is motorsports. And I started with, collecting some cars of my own. Then we went on to NASCAR, Busch Series. We got a Goldberg car out there for the Daytona 500 last year. It was a hell of a feeling I had inside, but this was the next step, man, and I had to make it. And I'm sure proud to have that thing running over as many obstacles as
Yep, for just 2 years.
Just like the way you wrestled, there's more horsepower in a monster truck. But why Tom Mintz of all the drivers you could have had?
Tom's the best out there. Tom is.
Yep, he is the GOAT, and you're all going to see why during the season when he dominates. Because this was like one of Tom's best seasons ever, 2000.
I'm sure the fans are happy to have a team owner like you and looking forward to seeing you become a driver.
I cannot wait. Everybody watch out there because not only am I the force, but Goldberg the truck is the force.
Guys,
Especially with Tom behind the wheel.
Goldberg truck's going to be something to deal with. All right, let's take a look at our matchups. Predator going against Gunslinger.
So it's like the first time they ever got to show the bracket. I don't think I've ever seen that before. They show the bracket before round racing starts. So Gunslinger versus Predator, that could be a big match. Goldberg versus Prowler, Nitro versus Reptoid, and Gravedigger versus Bulldozer. That should be big. But of course, I already know the finals outcome. So I already know what's going to happen by and large. It's just the semifinals I'm not so sure about yet.
Good first round match. Now, our storylines tonight, of course, we've talked a lot about this Goldberg truck. Just how strong is it? We'll see.
Good job, VHS.
I think it's going to be a force.
One of the wrenchhead.com storylines that's going to be biggest tonight is the complete redesign for 2000 of Dennis Anderson's favorite truck.
And remember we told you about Medusa?
Yep, and here's Medusa making her debut in whatever event that was at.
What has happened to the flag? We really
Alright, so here we go. Finally, 10 minutes in, we're finally getting to some monster truck action. Scott Hartsock getting ready to face Alan Pizzo. Remember, they faced in the semifinals a few weeks later in Orlando. So let's see what they do here in the first match.
Well, you've got the Chevrolet-powered big black cat of Alan Pizzo out of Tennessee, matched up against the Floridian with the Ford. Always love those Ford Chevy matchups. You got two of the best here. Remember, last year on Motor Madness, Gunslinger was the man.
Remember, this is a U-turn course. They've got to go.
See, at least Mike Hogwood knows the track's up. It's U-turn, not J-hook like whoever posted the video said. Alright, here we go. Looks like Allen has a slight lead right here, but here we go. Into the turn as Scott knocks down a pole, but I don't think that was a penalty, though. And Allen is still right there with Scott Hartsock and is going to win in an upset. How about that? Allen beats Scott straight up. And people always shit on Alan Pizzo. You're all just wrong. Alan Pizzo was competitive back then. He could be a competitive force. And once again, proving it. Scott Hartsock did not struggle. They were all right there. Just Alan straight up beat him. That was an awesome race to start off tonight. Man, that was great. Just dominant. They both took the turn very good, because that was a problem a lot of drivers had back then. Especially you saw in Orlando, remember, when they had such a hard time lining up for the final jump and all that, going all over the place. Allen and Scott did just perfectly well right there.
One down, two to go. Gunslinger's it's a big gun. How'd you run?
I felt it was a real good course. The starting line has got a lot of traction out.
Man, that was an insane
My main
race.
concern was make this corner
So
right.
nice to see this again after 13 years. I'm already vibing.
So I didn't want to come into the corner too fast and take a chance of turning over, but everything just went smooth. The track is great. I think you're going to see a lot of fast racing here tonight, and I hope we're going to be the #1 truck here tonight.
Now, besides the tackiness of the track, because of the tackiness of the track, is there anything you've got to change in your truck?
Yeah, you got to change a little driving style. I mean, you can't be quite as aggressive.
He really got close, looked like there to the turning pole too. But again, both Scott and Allen just had really good passes. Just Allen was better.
Thank you.
Alan Pizzo says every time he comes to the line, things are different. Well, the crowd likes Predators win. Let's go with our jam pack. Find out more about Goldberg. Tom Mann.
All right, now, normally I wouldn't be watching this, but since it's Tom and since he just retired, I think it's special if we just sit back and watch Goldberg's creation just for this. This means so much to me.
Well, Bill Goldberg was looking, for a good opportunity to put a race team together. And, he contacted me and through the United States Hot Rod Association, we were all put it all together and make it happen.
We have to have a guy out there that can compete for the title each and every night, so I figured we go out and get the best.
He's a great man, he wants everything, quality #1 and wants a great vehicle to represent him, and I feel honored to have that opportunity. Great future ahead of us, and I think that's maybe what his insight was.
Tell me, what did you do to this that you never had before in Bulldozer or any other truck you raced against?
Oh, I tell you what, it's definitely built tough. I mean, it's built tougher than Bulldozer, and that's definitely one tough machine. But, it's got a lower center of gravity with a car-looking body. It's a vehicle from the future.
The futuristic SUV body.
It was tough, that's for sure. I'm telling you, we worked 7 days a week, 6 in the morning to midnight most times.
What innovations have you used that weren't on Bulldozer?
And if I'm correct,
basically we went with a little stronger
yep.
transmission.
Unfortunately, guys, that is person number 4 in this video that's now dead. It's Tom's father. Oh man, bad vibes all around with everyone dead around here.
Kind of innovated a little bit different design in them because of the fact that the way this body is designed, we didn't think it'd be good to have the header sticking out through the hood. And we didn't want to push them down, so we went with a little longer and kind of gives a little bit more of a performance edge by tuning them better.
It's ready. Actually, I'm looking.
I don't think Tom really needed any performance. He was just so good.
Nervousness by far, just wanting to get it going.
I got the guy to do it. I got the machine to do it. So tonight it starts.
Yeah, if this was any other time, I probably would have skipped it, but with Tom retiring, it just means too much for me. Classic World Finals 1 promo. I think we saw this some time ago. And I love when they promoted Gravedigger in here, even though it's a point stand, so they have to they still have to earn their spot in. That's funny. And of course, showing Barefoot Samson, who never would make it, of course. So awesome.
Cogwood along with Scott Douglas, and are we looking forward to getting to Las Vegas, huh?
Oh, the pay-per-view is going to be awesome. You know, it's only $14.95 for that pay-per-view. You know, people used to pay him 50, 60 bucks for this stuff. You're going to see the World Finals. You get 10 of your friends over, you're paying $1 a piece. Man.
Well, we'll see if this truck has a chance.
So here we go. Tom making his debut driving bulldozer, Goldberg.
He's got that Chevy engine. He's ready to
Oh man, can't wait to see as he faces Dave Pizzo and Prowler.
And the Prowler out of Brentwood, Tennessee, actually Nashville. Another 1999 Chevrolet, kind of modified for the Prowler style. But he's got to go to the line against the hottest new star in the sport.
Yeah, feel bad going up against 2000 Tom Meents. You know you're going to be in a world of hurt. Unless you're Scott Hardstock, of course. Here we go. Dave's actually still hanging in there. Tom hit a pole, though, right there, but not going to matter. Thank you, VHS, covering up the view. And Tom's going to get the victory. You can't quite tell. Oh, wow, Dave went off the side of the race lane. Other than that, he was still somewhat keeping it close, but that view really, that was not good.
But then Dave Pizzo on the home stretch missed the final jump. He didn't get both wheels on it. They're both penalized. It becomes even. And look at Tom Meents.
Oh, Tom got penalized too? Yeah, I saw Dave didn't line up for the racing lane straight. So let's see what happened here.
Let's watch it right here. He gets a little funny bounce, and bang, you see he went on the concrete, took out the course marker. That's a 5-second penalty.
That's a penalty there? I know the penalty near the pole, the turn would be a penalty, but that too? I'm pretty sure Alan... No, I think it was Scott hit a pole, that's right, which didn't matter since he lost. So yeah, both got penalty, but in the end, Tom still won. I don't know about that. I remember them always being like, nah, it's fine hitting that pole. It's the poles near a turn that matters. I don't get it. But it doesn't matter, Tom won despite his screw up right there. And I still feel like Dave stayed competitive with Tom there for most of the race. He didn't get completely and utterly destroyed like Tom would do others. Alright, here we go. And I guess NASCAR stuff. Oh, here we go. Nitro and Reptoid. And we saw Joe Payne, of course, when he drove Nitro in New Orleans. He was runner-up in freestyle with that insane freestyle. We went for the van stack. Alright, here we go. How funny, too, these two trucks would face in Orlando a few weeks later, but that was Cliff Thomas driving. Nitro at the lead, but Reptoid hanging in there. Here we go into the turn. Oh, Nitro hit a turning pole. That's going to cost it. Off the end for... Oh, my God. Terrible. Reptoid's going to get the win. And barely. Jim Jack struggled so much. He almost went off the edge. It looked like he was going to get a penalty. But Nitro got the penalty right there. Oh, my God. What an ugly, horrible race that was. Definitely the worst race of the night so far. Even though they were pretty close still. Man. Ugly, ugly, ugly. I don't even know what's... Oh, it ran over the pole. That was his problem. Because if he didn't run over the pole, I think he might have had a chance to straight up still win. Although it wouldn't have mattered because he hit the pole. But he could have visually crossed first if he didn't run over the pole. But man, Jim Jack, what the hell happened to you? Yeah. Yeah, and then he had to slow down to try and make sure he lined up with all front wheels on the ramp. Yeah, that was just an ugly race for both trucks.
Jim, you had those teeth out there in the first run.
Yeah, she was kind of biting and digging, but I tell you what, this turn here is awful tight, and it's giving me a little bit of problem. I got awful crossed up through the turn over that little hump, you know, and I seen another truck I was racing coming along, and I just had to hammer it out. Even though I was crooked, I hammered the throttle and pulled off with the wind. And
screwing up right there, almost. Yeah, you see, almost got a penalty right there. But then again, if they both got a penalty, you still would have won because you crossed first.
You get to change anything in your driving style or in the setup of the truck right now before the next round.
Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to change anything on the truck right now. In the future, I'd like to make the rear steering a little faster responding. So I'm going to have to just do what I can on the driving end of it.
I guess the things he wants to do don't have enough time to.
Did anything really impress you that wasn't your truck?
Yeah, I tell you what, Alan Pizzo Predator. He went down there smooth. He ran.
Yeah, like I said, people always shit on Alan Pizzo sucking. He doesn't. Especially back in 2000. As we saw in Orlando, and we saw here so far, he's good.
Now congrats to Jim Jack, who
Alright, so now we're down to our other big matchup of round 1. Rob Nell and Dennis Anderson going to go at it. Oh, schedule, I want to see this. These are February events too. I don't think they covered February events last time. So let's see. Okay, those are arena events that doesn't involve anything that's on YouTube for a season that was on TV. Let's see the rest. Come on. Again, nothing right there. I wonder if Baltimore would show up here. Or maybe it's too early. Again, none of those are filmed events. Because back then, Baltimore, when they did the Baltimore Arena shows, they would be like late February. So that was getting close to maybe being there. Because remember, that Baltimore 2000 event was the first Monster Truck event I ever went to. God, it would be, you know, if someone ever uploaded the whole entire show, that would be very nice. So I could finally see the first event I went to. Although, God, that was for arena shows. So that was like 4 different events. So I don't know. It was a day one. It wasn't a night one. I think it would be like Friday night, Saturday afternoon, Saturday night, and Sunday afternoon or whatever. So it'd most likely probably be a Saturday afternoon event. Alright, here we go. And rip Rob Nell just recently, a few months ago. That sucks. But hey, this is the first time we're all seeing Rob Nell drive an event. And he was a pretty good, solid driver back then. Oh, no, we did see him. That's right. NWO. He would alternate basically like each week. Some weeks he would drive Bulldozers. Some weeks he would drive NWO. And he drove Bulldozers this week because NWO wasn't ready yet. But he was a good driver. He saw him win racing in New Orleans. He was second freestyle in Orlando. Here we go. And of course, Dennis going to go up the side, and he hit the pole right there, so that's a penalty. Is he having a terrible pass? And then he hits another pole! Oh my God, Dennis! Oh, I think his rear steer locked up. So yeah. Yeah, he hit 2 poles, so that's 10 seconds worth of penalties. So Rob Nell will move on. Man, yeah, you can see his rear steer locked up, and he has smoke everywhere. Yeah, just terrible pass for Dennis. That was the beginning. Like, his problems for all 2000.
What do you think?
Well, it's pretty minor right now. It's just a hydraulic line. Blew a hydraulic line on it, and I think we got another spare out in the trailer. We can rig up something anyway. But it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
How did it feel besides the one problem?
That one problem makes it feel real bad. The rear steer whacked up on me as soon as I hit the ground, I think, off the first jump. And I was
that's always so funny to me when he hit the pole and knocked the headlight out.
Turned the way that I wanted him to when I got down here. I could even get around the corner. I just grabbed it to the finish, I guess.
I mean, you took the corner better than I thought you were going to after the rear steer went in front. Now, obviously, you get disqualified because of that. However, it's going to be back for the freestyle.
That's right. Freestyle, baby. I'll be there.
That's all that matters. That's right.
Yeah, that just sucks. Like, guys, like I've been saying in all the videos, like in Orlando and New Orleans, you can see every week, I kid you not, Gravedigger and Dennis just had bad luck. Like, everything wrong you could think happened every single week. Breakage, injuries. Like, he had, like, outside of, you saw Frolic's win in, Minneapolis some time ago. And Gravedigger did win some events coming up, we'll see. But it was like, I think only one more after this. But other than that, every single week, even an event where Gravedigger coming up did win another event, everything just kept going wrong and wrong and wrong each week. Like, no matter what, like, it's like some higher power was on purpose keeping Gravedigger from doing good that year. Like, everything was just going wrong. It's insane how bad luck Gravedigger had that year. Like the complete opposite of Tom.
And you know what? Win or lose, it really matters that you won, no matter how you won.
And this perhaps could be Rob Nell's rookie debut in Monster Jam. I think 2000 was his rookie year, and this could be his first event, I think. So hey, how about that? Yeah, my first race! My first event ever, and I beat the Icon! Let's go! Even though he choked. It's as good as, oh, here we go. later on in February, but none of these are all arenas. Again, all arenas. Again, all arenas. Ah!
A lot of cool terms in monster truck racing. One of them, losing fire. Now, if your truck...
Never heard of that. Alright, of course, Pro Stadium trucks were not here for that. Yep, here we go for semifinals. Is there anything about, like... Nope, doesn't look like anything about upcoming events. Oh, slow down, slow down, slow down. So yeah, Predator and Goldberg, Tom and Allen, that's a big matchup. That's going to be insane, and Jim Jack and Rob Nell going to go at it. So, two very good drivers are going to go at it in a moment, and then a potential surprise driver is going to make the finals.
Can he sustain it for 2 more wins? Now, Reptoid, we've talked about his consistency. Jim Jack had a little trouble in the first round, but he's still there.
How about Bulldozer? Rob Nell, first time in the truck, he was a winner. Can he do it again? We'll see.
And Rob did not do good in that pass you saw when Dennis still obliterated him with all his struggles. Oh, they're doing this race off with. So yeah, a rookie and Jim Jack. One of these two surprises are going to make the finals. Here we go. Close race. Ooh, Jim Jack has the lead right here, but here we go into the turn. Ramirez. Oh, good turn for oh, Jim Jack screwed up, went off the side, and it's gonna be Bulldozer. Rob Nell is Jim Jack went off the side. Oh man, Jim Jack, he had it right there. It was gonna be a close race at least, but he went off the side again, and he couldn't correct it. That time he did get a penalty, but it wasn't gonna matter because Rob Nell straight up beat him, and Rob Nell did so much better that turn. Yeah, look at that. They both had smooth turns. Okay, Rob screwed up a little bit right there, but still overall was a much better turn than he did last time.
Now, it's your first time on Bulldozer. It's your first time driving this truck. Why are you running so well with it?
I had a pretty good teacher, gave me some good advice, and I inherited a really good truck.
Well, you inherited a good truck.
Plus,
you also worked in this truck quite
probably Tom helped teach you too.
What are some of the ins that you know that helped you run it this well so far?
The ends are getting some of the new parts that were supposed to go in the new truck. We stole them out of this one.
Don't tell anybody that, but steal some good stuff, right?
That's right. He didn't want the new parts in the old truck, but we got a few anyway.
If you beat him, what kind of bragging rights do you get?
I'm going to take a good nap. I'm not going to brag a bit.
Have fun.
All right, thanks, Zach.
And let me guess. I was about to say a commercial, of course. So, ooh, overshot. So here we go. Rob Nell in the finals. Now he's going to face a good competitor. Tom Meents or Alan Pizzo. Here we go. Alan keeping up with Tom. Here we go. Into the turn. And Tom with the superior turn absolutely obliterates Alan Pizzo. Alan, what happened right after you did such a good turn last time? My gosh, you got blown out. And again, I'm not surprised it's Tom that did it. Because Tom is just that good. Oh, he got a penalty actually. I didn't see that.
But he makes up for it. Look at how strong he is through the turn, and the horsepower is incredible.
Wait.
There's that arm out the window.
Wait a minute. If he got a penalty, then shouldn't Alan won? Because he was still right there, I think. He didn't lose like by 5 seconds.
And can you listen to the sound of that motor? Oh, there is.
Maybe he got a penalty. I didn't see him. I want to see that again when I get the chance. Oh, wait. Oh, did he miss the ramp? I want to see that. Let me rewind that. Let me see Alan. Oh, thank you. Thank you for not showing. But yeah, it looked like he might have missed the ramp pretty much almost completely, so that would negate it then.
Big key here that Goldberg comes back for another 5-second penalty right there.
Alright then, so hopefully they'll show it in a bit. Because Alan definitely had a chance to win that.
Is it in the family or what?
I don't know.
That was definitely easy for Alan Pizzo to get the win, but he went off the side right there. You saw that would have been a penalty too to negate it. And of course, they're showing highlights from Freestyle, which we'll see in the next video. So how about that, guys? What a start for Bulldoze this year. Think of it. Tom got to the finals in the first event, and the next event, Rob Nell, in his rookie debut, is making Bulldoze into the finals. So how about that for an interesting finals? Tom Meents, Rob Nell, Goldberg, Bulldozer. Tom going up against Tom in his debut and Goldberg make it to the finals for the second time of the season, and he's got to go up against the truck he just drove last year and last a few weeks ago. I hate what I just saw. I'm not going to say why. You'll know why in a bit. I'm not saying. But yeah, what a wild finals this will be. Oh, hey, Pro Stadium truck stuff now. They've done the Pro Stadium trucks and, ooh, broken axle there. Oh, boy. But yeah. Not that I hate on the Pro Stadium trucks. They were cool watching as a kid, but the focus here is the Monster Jam, the Monster Trucks. We're not here for anything else. Same goes for like the Mud Draggers and Sand Draggers that they sometimes do at events as well. The primary focus is the Monster Trucks. That's it. So here we go. Huge finals. The rookie going up against one of the GOATs. Still wild seeing Tom go up against his former truck just a few weeks ago. Gee, I wonder if Rob now can pull off what Carl Van Horn would do to Tom Meents 2 years later in Tampa, which I can't wait to get to eventually when that comes up, because that was an insane night he had. But of course, I already know what happens here. But hopefully this will be a big, big finals, even though I know it's unfortunately not. I wouldn't necessarily call Vegas-style racing the most radical, but yeah, that's what needs to be in the World Finals, people. Only that. And here we go, the finals. And unfortunately, Rob now had a horrible, and I mean horrible start right there. Tom doesn't have necessarily the best turn either. Rob now probably had a better turn, but yep, Tom wins. He wins his debut with Goldberg. And the reason why I was cringing when they showed that preview earlier, because they showed the finals result. You could clearly see Tom easily obliterating Rob Nell there. It was like a forewarning. And that's why I hate when they do those previews. Like when they show the trucks, when they do what they did there. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. That reason right there. It spoils everything. It's stupid. You all knew the finals outcome before it even happened, pretty much. I hated it. So yeah, that finals was nowhere near as good, of course, as I was hoping it would be. But then again, I already knew it because I remembered from 2000. I remember True Life of Tom Meents because I have that DVD and all that. I already knew the outcome of this going into it when I first saw it in 2011. But man, it still sucks. Like so much hype and momentum you expect to go in this match, and that happened because Rob Nell just like died on the turn. I mean, not on the turn, to jump. If he didn't die right there, he could have had a chance because Tom didn't have the best turn there. So yeah, 3 events in of 2000, Tom already has 2 wins. One freestyle last time in Bulldozer and in Minneapolis, and now here in Atlanta. And now he's going to try and get a double down, which he almost got last week.
Bulldozer, your old truck comes through with a nice second place.
I know, that's got to be crazier than anything. Unbelievable. I got to hand it to Rob. He did a great job tonight.
You got to stop teaching Rob.
I know it. I'm done teaching him now. You
Rob Nell was a very good driver back then. Of course, we saw NWO, and we're going to see him later on this year in more events in NWO and Bulldozer 2. He drove Bulldozer a couple more times this year, so I can't wait to see those events.
Pressure could be a little better than it is, but it's running great.
My oil pressure, I understand. Steering, I don't believe you. Get over there and fix her up.
Thanks a lot.
Congrats to Tom Meents. Goldberg's got some points. Top 6 will make it to Vegas.
They will go to Vegas along with the 6 fan favorites voted for at wrenchhead.com.
So Reptoid got a lot. Oh, it's right, because other events that compete throughout the season. But yeah, Dennis having trouble again, just like Grey Dick had problems last week. Like I said, every single week pretty much had problems. And of course, they're showing off Medusa driving whatever arena that was.
Atlanta, Georgia is in the books,
and by the way, they're showing Goldberg damage there in freestyle, which maybe I should pause so they don't potentially reveal what happens and whatever. And yeah, not J-Hook, what's in the video right there. It's not J-Hook. It's U-Turn, like Mike Hogwood said. Apparently, Mike Hogwood knows more than whoever uploaded this. It was not J-Hook. It was U-Turn. But yeah, guys, that was Monster Jam Atlanta 2000 Racing. And other than the finals being disappointing, that was an awesome night of racing. And Tom, in his debut in Goldberg, winning racing, as showing why he was the GOAT that year and no one could stop him. And now I can't wait to next time out to watch freestyle. Hope you're looking forward to that, because there are some big highlights that happen at that event too. And you already see Goldberg Damage right there being the preview. So see you all next time while I watch Atlanta 2000 freestyle.